Out of the 30 most popular books published in 2024, I read 7 of them. Honestly, I thought I would do a little better than that, but I'm gonna rate all of them and let you know if I think they're worth reading in 2025. At number 2 on the list is Funny Story by Emily Henry, which was probably one of my favorite books that I read in 2024. I will fully admit that Emily Henry's yearly book releases keep me going. I live for them. And this book was instantly 5 stars for me. The book follows Daphne, whose fiance leaves her for his best friend. I know, it sucks. And with nowhere to live, Daphne ends up moving in with her ex-fiance's new girlfriend / best friend's ex-boyfriend, Miles. I know, the drama is dialed up for this one. It's both an emotional and funny read that explores human emotion and romance in a really raw way. I also always think about TTPD, The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift, when I think of this book, just because they came out during the same time. And if there's one song on TTPD that matches this book really well, I would say it's the title track, The Tortured Poets Department. At number 4 on the list is Just for the Summer, which was also a 5-star read for me. It's about Justin and Emma who meet on Reddit, and they decide to date for the summer and break up because they both share this curse where whoever they date and break up with, their partner finds their soulmate after breaking up. So they figured, why not date each other just for the summer and break up so that they can find their respective soulmates. It's also a very emotional and funny read. Abby Jimenez has a great way of incorporating humor into her books with such top-tier romance and longing and pining. At number 8 on the list is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, who is one of my favorite auto-buy authors. I devoured this book. It is so funny with such an interesting plot and a really fun take on the vampires and werewolves dynamic. It's a paranormal romance about Misery, a vampire that enters a marriage of convenience contract with the alpha werewolf Lo. It's funny and fast-paced with a bit of a mystery plot that makes it really interesting. It's basically the perfect read if you're looking for something fast and easy to read. Number 15 on the list is The Paradise Problem, which I really enjoyed. The best way I can describe it is if Crazy Rich Asians was with white people and mixed with a little bit of Succession. It's about Anna and Liam, who married each other in college out of convenience for better housing. 3 years later, Anna thinks that they're divorced, but they're actually not. And Liam needs her help to access his really big inheritance that will go to him after he's been married for 5 years. So she goes on vacation with him and his wealthy family to attend a wedding. And the story just goes from there. It's really fun. It's also the perfect vacation read if you're going somewhere tropical. Number 14 was Reckless, which was probably the most disappointing book that I read in 2024. I really enjoyed Powerless, the first book that precedes this book, although it is very similar to other books such as Red Queen in terms of plot, tropes, and even certain scenes. And after reading Reckless, I just don't think I can recommend the series anymore. And the first book is definitely tainted to me after reading this book. Because to me, this book just highlights bad writing, poor world building, and honestly did not provide anything substantial to the storyline. Honestly, this book could have just been sent in an email. At number 22 is A Fate Inked in Blood, which is a Norse-inspired adult romantasy. And it's about Freya, who has magical abilities and is revealed to be the Shield Maiden. She's taken on this big journey by the Jarl, who wants to rule the land and basically thinks she's the key to that, and tasks his son Bjorn to protect her. I wanted to like this book so much. The premise is so interesting, and I have heard great things about the author and her other series, The Bridge Kingdom, but I couldn't get into the writing or the characters. It just didn't fit the world at all, and the characters were just really annoying. The romance was kind of cringy. I lost interest pretty fast, and also the ending was alright, but it was extremely predictable. Lastly, I read the 23rd book on the list, which was Wild Love. And this was just okay. It's a very generic romance about Rosie, who moves back into the small town called Rose Hill, where her brother lives and where her brother's best friend Ford also lives and is building a music studio there. Oh, and also he's a billionaire. Having recently lost her job, Rosie asks Ford if she can work for him, and he can't help but say yes. There's some good banter and tension in this book, but some parts were just so boring and dragged on so much. If it was 50 to like 100 pages shorter, I probably would have liked this more. This is like 450 pages for a romance book, which is pretty substantial. And honestly, there was just nothing special that stood out to me. It was just a very hyped up book talk book. There were some really great releases in 2024 and some not great releases releases as well. I'm really looking forward to books released in 2025. Can't wait to read them and can't wait to let y'all know what I think.